Hey everyone, it is Saturday, August 26th. The time is 1:44 p.m. and the temperature is around 21 degrees Celsius. I'm here in downtown Toronto and this is Front Street West. And that's a look to the west. And just on the left here is Union Station. And you'll notice a lot of people in Blue Jays jerseys making their way over to the Skydome. As just after 3 p.m., the Blue Jays will be playing the Cleveland Guardians. And also taking place is Fan Expo at the Metro Toronto Convention Center. And for this one, I'll be going for a walk around the Metro Convention Center and the Skydome.
Okay, well, I'm trying.
So we might be seeing some people in interesting costumes on the way. And I did a walk last year when Fan Expo was on at the same time as the Jays game, and I went in the opposite direction. I went west along Front Street and looped down around the Skydome, and then I think I came east on Bremner. So I'll be making pretty much the same walk in reverse this year. It's worth noting it has started to rain. And I noticed this when I got here a few minutes ago, but there are an awful lot of fire trucks and emergency vehicles in this area. This is Bay Street. There's a few fire services vehicles just there, and they have police directing pedestrian traffic through the area. I have no idea what's going on. But it looks like Bay Street is completely closed off here. It seems to be coming from the construction site. That's where the third phase of CIBC Square is going up. There's a lot of fire hoses out. Whatever it is, hopefully no one was hurt. There's even more fire response over on the other end of the property. Things you don't see every day. And that's a look north at Bay Street. And you could access the GO station just on the right here, or the Bay Street GO platforms. And I plan on cutting through the Scotiabank Arena, which is just up here on the right. imagine whatever this is will appear in the news. And understandably, the police are closing off Bay Street from Lakeshore, just south of here. All right, let's head through the arena, and that'll kick me out into Maple Leaf Square and Raptors Way. And shortly after that, I should be walking alongside the south end of the convention center. And this arena opened in 1999 as the Air Canada Center. And it essentially replaced Maple Leaf Gardens, which is up at College and Church. And I think it takes the cake for the best urbanist sports venue in North America, seeing as it's directly connected to Union Station, such a major transit hub. It's of course home to the Toronto Raptors and Maple Leafs. It's a pretty rink-a-dink camera. Just kidding. So this is Maple Leaf Square, otherwise known as Jurassic Park, when the Raptors are in the playoffs. And from Union Station, there's basically three ways you would walk to the Skydome if you're going to a Jays game. You could come down here to Raptors Way and Bremner Boulevard, or you could walk along Front Street, or you could stay indoors and take the Skywalk. So this first block here is Raptors Way, named after the Raptors' most recent NBA championship victory. I always liked how you can see the reflection of the CN Tower in the side of this office building here. And I think the Jays' starting pitcher today is Hyunjin Ryu. Although when I go to Jays games, or any event at the Skydome, I tend to go to St. Andrew Station and just walk south down John Street. I think that's a more pleasant walk. And it's about the same distance. And there are a number of tourist attractions straight ahead. You've got the Skydome, the CN Tower, Ripley's Aquarium. There's the Roundhouse and Steam Whistle Brewery, as well as the Rec Room. And when it's putting on events, the Metro Convention Center, which is coming up just on the right. Well, I haven't seen too many people in costume yet. I guess I spoke too soon. Look at that crowd of people over there. That is nuts. And Fan Expo started back in 1994, founded as the Canadian National Comic Expo. It's basically a big event for people into anime, comics, superheroes, and all that fandom kind of stuff. It's not really my cup of tea. There's also a smaller event called Comic-Con held earlier in the year at the same location, and it draws out a similar crowd. There's a number of celebrities attending this year. I think Hayden Christensen, Christina Ricci, Nev Campbell, Christy Brinkley. Those are the only names I really recognize. A bunch of celebs have canceled. There's also comic creators, guest speakers, and no problem, and other notable attendees. There's someone decked out in an interesting costume. So let's cut through Olympic Park. Just gonna make sure the camera didn't fall victim to any raindrops earlier. So this is the South Building at the Convention Center. And admission to Fan Expo was $38 on Thursday for adults, $48 Friday. Today would be $70. Ouch. Sunday, $53. They had a 4-day pass available. And there's family and youth ticket pricing as well. That is pretty impressive. There's someone up there getting tangled in a tree. So I will be walking by the Convention Center along Front Street, which would be one of the two main entrances. So more of this to come. is Ripley's Aquarium, which opened back in 2013. I've yet to actually go there. And across the street, it looks like there's a good crowd out at the Steam Whistle Brewery. And there's an old roundhouse that used to service locomotives over there. It's kind of a perfect storm for this area being busy. One of the last weekends with kids out of school during the summer. Got a J game on. Fan Expo and all these tourist attractions right here. Someone's really into Halo. And now the Skydome. Where the Blue Jays are a few games out of the last wildcard spot. There's the entrance to Ripley's. Look up at the CN Tower. I kind of wish I was going to the game today, but I'll settle for watching. When I get home, I should be home in time for first pitch. That's not till 3:07. It's currently just after 2. There's the Skydome, which opened back in June of 1989. You can always identify people who are new to Toronto or not from the city when they call it by its bastardized corporate name instead of Skydome. But Rogers should at least get some credit for some rather well done renovations, and there's still more to come. I think next on deck is reconfiguring the lower bowl. I actually went to the first series ever at this stadium back in 1989, and in one of the games it rained. And it was the first time they ever closed the roof mid-game. And a look at the South Course skyline.
Why did we go up here? I like it.
So this bridge is taking us over the rail corridor. There's an Up Express airport train making its way into Union. Which is an excellent way to get to the airport. All right, now I'm gonna head down to front. There's another entrance to Fan Expo. And this bar on the right, the Pint, which is quite excellent, was a Planet Hollywood once upon a time. Or at least Planet Hollywood was in that spot. And it's back to Front Street West, and this is walking east. And the Metro Convention Center is just on the right.
Looking for a small bearded boy.
And earlier in the year, I was invited to cover the auto show that was here. If you're curious as to what it's like in that facility, you can check those videos out. I think I'm going to have some interesting thumbnail choices to make on this one. There's a double-decker sightseeing bus.
I can't shower. Saturday's the worst, right?
Why do I feel like
Someone just said it feels like there's double the people here today. Well, I would imagine Thursday was almost half the price for a reason. Oh, look at this lineup for this food truck. Just look at the prices. Thank you. There's an interesting mix of Fan Expo attendees and Blue Jays fans.
Yeah, excellent. One in south and another in north. Some of them are cool.
You can see those skies are threatening rain. Confusion reigns supreme, of course. Whoa! Well, I can't exactly expect that cop to go chase her down. I bet he's seen a lot of shit like that throughout the day. That's just Toronto driving 101 right there. I'm curious if all those fire trucks are still going to be around at bay and front. Coffee, Chris.
I'm good at yelling or phony, but that's
So alkaline.
And of course, the Canadian National Exhibition is taking place today as well. Ominous skies indeed. There's the Royal York Hotel on the left. And Union Station on the right. Of course.
I'll light my head on fire. Oh my God, it's great! It's great!
Here's the jackass. Just parked and got a ticket from that.
want to clip that so
I
bad.
know, bro.
Although it's still fairly busy in this area, it certainly feels quieter than it did earlier.
Green line.
She's like, keep up. Where? Chips.
Y Miami llorando.
Just gonna meet on that other.
And it looks like the emergency response is still out. Well, by the time you watch this, hopefully the Jays will have won. That was oddly worded. But if you attended Fan Expo or the Jays game or just came out downtown today, I'd be curious to hear your thoughts. Let me know in the comments down below. I hope you enjoyed this one. And a huge thanks to our Patreon supporters and channel members. That support really goes a long way. And the channel just hit 94,000 subscribers. So if you haven't yet subbed, you know what to do. Anywho, thank you for watching. It's starting to rain again. And as always, I'm wearing a Blue Jay shirt. I didn't even realize that. As always, I will catch you in the next one. Yoink.